Alright, let's see if we can't find the stream. Shouldn't be too far away. There it is. Ah, thanks Twitch. Yeah, that's exactly what I need, is a 30-second ad. When I just need to check the audio levels are appropriate. Well, first and foremost, they're working. But no. Need an ad break for... what? That's rec first. What is that? Level up your game with our fastest processing yet. Oh god, it's Samsung. Okay. Alright, audio working? Yeah, audio is working as it should, so the stream's up, the chat's up, we're all good to go. That's absolutely fantastic. We shouldn't be too far away from the start, folks. We are set to have 16, looking at the attendance, but I do believe we're meant to have one reserve driver in the form of Bailey Ford joining us for this race. But just before we get started, just wanted to say hello everyone and welcome to round 2 of the Formula 2 Sprint Series here on Race Spec Esports. I'm Lane Everingham, your commentator for this event, and for race 3 of this 12 race championship, we'll be competing at Autodromo Enzo e Dino Ferrari, or better known as Imola. One of the most iconic racetracks in the world of motorsport. 4.9 kilometers, 19 turns, constructed all the way back in 1953. Only a single DRS zone on the racetrack, heading towards the circuit's iconic opening chicane of Tamburello. Around the rest of the racetrack, very, very difficult to pass. So one-shot qualifying will prove to be incredibly important in order to try and claim victory for tonight's first race. Qualifying should be alright as well. Imola is a proper driver's circuit. Plenty of technical sections to try and negotiate. Famous parts such as Piratella, of course the two Ravazza curves at the end of the circuit, and of course Acqua Minerale, formed by turns 11 through 13. Easily the most technical part of the racetrack. Incredibly easy to get it wrong through there, both during qualifying and in the race. I wouldn't be at all surprised if that turned out to be a warning haven, even in an event that's only 12 laps long. Now, in terms of the championship itself, championship quote unquote, I haven't really got a championship table from anybody yet, so I've looked through the results myself and I've used the point system that we have in our Tuesday and Sunday tiers. And just to quickly sum it up, Spicy Salami is leading the championship. Not a surprise after winning the first race and coming third in the second. It's not a surprise at all. He's leading on 50 points with Gears F1 in second position after winning the second race at Las Vegas. He is on 47 points, just 3 behind Spicy. There we have Scotty 793, who was absent for today's race. Quite a shame. He's in third position, followed by Banana Cake Pie. Rounding out the top 5 is Matt Plevy. Pretty close at the top, as you do expect after the first round, but I'd imagine after Imola and after race 4, we'll keep that a secret, at least for now, that the championship standings will most likely change somewhat. Alright, 40 has joined us, it seems. He's on PC now. Interesting. So is GeForce Crichton. Those two GeForce boys seem to have moved off to PC world when it comes to the F1 game. Interesting to see that. Make sure the stream's still up. There we are. We shouldn't be too far away now, folks. Oh, and GeForce Nick. I do believe that's Wogboy. If I recall correctly, GeForce Nick is Wogboy. Just replaced his old name with his real first name. At least that's what I've heard anyway. Could be wrong. If I'm wrong, I apologise. But I'm pretty certain that's Wogboy. But I think this should be the field, folks. 16 cars for this race at Imola. So 14 of the drivers who signed up, plus 2 reserves. A solid field, again. Hopefully we get to see some drama out on track. Currently we're running a few minutes late, 4 minutes to be exact. Don't know what else we have to wait for. I have to keep rambling on about random stuff just to try and fill in the time. Or listen to the theme music selected. It's one of the few positive features I have to say about F123. The ability to select your own music from a playlist included in the game. And within that playlist are several themes. A few new ones from Ian Livingston, who has worked with Codemasters forever, as early as 2010, or even earlier than that if I recall correctly. But one of the cool ones, the really cool ones, is F1 2012 theme. Probably one of the most iconic, one of the most go-to themes of any racing game, period. And it seems that both Crichton and Reese Cohen. Okay, we got some pretty quick drivers in here. 40 Wogboy Crichton and Mr. Reese Cohen, or Darren 11, as you also may know him as. Alright, we've got some pretty quick drivers competing in today's race. Or tonight's race, I should say. Should make for an interesting viewing, hopefully. Now, of course, conditions are set to random, so drivers need to be quick on their toes here. It might not be dry for qualifying. It might not be dry for the race as well. And if it is wet weather conditions, well, these drivers are going to have one hell of a time trying to set a pole lap. Let's have a look. What are the conditions like? Overcast. So not any rain, just overcast conditions. That's okay. Drivers will have plenty of grip. Try and set a really fast competitive time in these Formula 2 machines. Counting down now. Drivers have fixed setup, so they can't adjust much from what I understand. Basically everyone will be running the exact same setup, exact same car. It's all down to driver skill to determine who will start from pole position. Counting down now. Alright, let's get one shot qualifying underway. We're on board with Deputy. We're right on board with Spicy. He was our pole sitter from last week over at Circuit de Barcelona, Catalunya. Turn on all the necessary stuff. We're right on board. Give you a tour of this classic 4.9 kilometre 19 turn racetrack. Up towards Variante Tamburello. Turns 2, 3 and then up towards turn 4 of the racetrack. We'll now head up towards Variante Villeneuve. It's almost flat out here at turn 5. Definitely not in the Formula 2 car though. In the Formula 1 car though, turn 5 is pretty damn close to flat out as we head around Tosa, the famous hairpin that is turn 7. Climbing up the hill towards turn 8, this little right hand kink. Now up into Piratella, turns 9 and 10 on the racetrack, and it's pretty tight at the top. Destiel, Matt Plevy and Spicy all battling away as we head through Aqua Minerale. Turns 10, 11 and 12 of the racetrack. Sorry, 11, 12 and 13 of the racetrack. Into Variante Alta, turns 14 and 15 here. Oh, and Spicy's actually invalidated his lap. Deary me. Alright, let's see if we can't quickly flick to Destiel. There we go. The Spicy making a mistake. He'll be starting towards the back. A lot of drivers invalidating their runs. So it's down to a duel between Destiel and Matt Plevy. Onto the main straightaway now. Up towards the final corner with DRS open. Destiel sets a 26.057. Takes pole by a considerable margin of 3.5 tenths. There we are. Qualifying done and dusted. Destiel will start from pole. Matt Plevy alongside him on the front row. Gaz will start P3, 1.1 seconds behind Destiel. A huge margin back. Prezzo P4, followed by Bags Liddell, Roscoe Arm, Benny Mac, then Kickbutt Kiwi, and then Andre P9. Snickers Bud rounds out the 10 And these are the only drivers who were able to set lap times. Saint, he actually crashed out on his lap, so he gets to qualify in position 11. Everyone else behind, Crichton, Spicy, Banana, Nick, 40, and Deputy Dildog, all got themselves disqualified on their one flying lap attempt. Here we are, only 10 times. Only 10. And Saint, after crashing out, gets to start 11th. Alright. Race time here at Imola. Slightly less overcast. Be interesting to see what kind of strategies the drivers will go with. Super soft tyre available to all of the drivers. The other compound, I'm not totally sure what it could be. It could be the soft, it could be the hard tyre, it could be a medium. I'm not terribly sure. I suppose we'll find out in a few moments. Oh, hopefully it won't take too long for everyone to load in and for the timer to pop up on the board. That'd be nice. Drivers really don't have to change much when it comes to the car, do they? Hopefully not. Oh no, there we go. Just no timer. Thanks, game. That's great. No timer at all. Awesome. Alright, it's a medium compound tyre that the drivers will use alongside the super soft compound, and everyone's on the mediums. Okay, so there's no strategy games here. It's just a straight up dogfight between all 18 drivers. Okie dokie. So Destiel will start from the pole position with Matt Plevy alongside on the front row. Gez P3 with Prezzo in P4. Prezzo had a plentiful amount of pace at Circuit de Barcelona, Catalunya. He crossed the line in first position. He ultimately lost the win though, thanks to the amount of time penalties he accumulated. But if he keeps that on the down low, keeps penalties to a minimum, he's definitely a top 5 contender for sure. Bags Liddell P5, Roscoe on P6, looking a lot better than what he did last week. Benny Mac P7, Kickbutt Kiwi in 8th, Andre 9th, Snickers Bud rounding out the top 10. Saint P11, again he'd be chuckling, I'd imagine, crashing out during qualifying, then ending up 11th because everyone else behind disqualified themselves. Crichton P12, he's in the Sergeant Mobile. Spicy P13, he'd be a little bit frustrated about his invalidation. He loves this circuit, so starting from P13, he's got a lot of work to do to claw his way up through the field. Banana P14, we have G-Force Nick in 15th, 40 in 16th, Deputy Dildog and Reese Cohen starting at the back of the grid in 17th and 18th position. Plenty of movement there from Destiel, making sure his tyres are nice and warm as he lines himself up on the outside here on the main straight. Now turn 1 is that little left hand kink right where Qatar Airways is, so he has the inside line to turn 1, but more critically has the inside line into Variante Tamburello, the first braking zone of the circuit, as a Red Bull is around. Who is that? It's not Bags, it's not Prezzo either. It's Andre in the Prema. So many Red Bull sponsored cars, it's difficult to pick out all of them. Oh dearie me. So I might ride on board Bags Liddell. He'd be a pretty decent person to ride on board with for the start. Last rider are now all lined up, ready to run. Alright, all 18 cars ready to race. We've got 12 laps in front of us, 10 red lights. We're underway here at Imola. It's a nice start from Gers in P3. He has a look down the middle, trying to take the lead heading into turn 1, but more critically, into Tamburello. He backs off. Plevy round the outside. Destiel holding that inside line. He keeps the lead. Heading into Tamburello. Heading out to turn 3 now. Destiel still hangs on. Liddell is up to 3rd. He's overtaking Gers. Prezzo P5. Benny Mac right behind in P6. Followed by Roscoe. Andre, Snickers Bud and Saint rounds out to 10. Crichton's made up a place. So is Spicy. Someone's tumbled down the order. Not quite sure who that is just yet. Gers, Prezzo side by side. Coming out of Toza. Heading up towards Piratella. Bit of sideways movement in the background, heading out of the hairpin. Prezzo having a look down the inside into Piratella. Can't make that stick. Gers hangs on to fourth. Running wide is Andre in the Prema, the Red Bull sponsored Prema. Losing a bit of time there with that mistake. Up the hill through Variante Alta. Sorry, out of Aqua Minerale towards Variante Alta. Into the chicane, down the inside. Crichton on Snickers Bud. Snickers Bud clobbers over the chicane. And Spicy goes right round the outside of him to take P10. Banana Cake Pie going for a move as well. Going up into P11. Bit of a wiggle there from Banana, but he keeps it just about in check. Bit of drama on the opening lap, but all in all, it's pretty tidy. Destiel still leads by 0.4 of a second to Matt Plevy in second. Bags Liddell, a tidy start. He is up to third. So we'll have a look at the position change graphic. Liddell up 2, Benny Mac up 2. Crichton, Spicy, and Banana all up 3 positions. Biggest loser, Kickbutt Kiwi, down 5 places. Gers, Bags battling away into Variante Villeneuve. And Gers moves in front. He moves into third position. Has a look down the inside. Bags Liddell into the Tozer hairpin. He fires it in. Side by side out of the hairpin. Bags retakes the place. But Gers with so much momentum on that outside line. He's able to get back in front. Bags pulls out of the battle and runs wide as a result. Benny Mac a 3-second time penalty already for multiple warnings. Crichton close. A bit wide goes Andre again in the Prema. Very wide there at Aqua Minerale. Crichton having a look. Yeah, can't quite make that. Oh, clobbers over the curb. Spicy right behind. Down the hill. Has a look to the inside. Can't get it done yet. Stays behind Crichton. Roscoe Arm runs wide. Lost 2 positions because of that mistake. He's down to 9th. On the main straightaway now. DRS is now enabled. The battle between the top 2 is going to intensify as Spicy closes in on Crichton. He's got momentum. He looks, but he backs off early. He doesn't want to attack just yet. Bags Liddell, Gers F1, battling away for third place. Just behind Betty Mac and Prezzo, also going at it. Yellow's out. What has happened here? Off the circuit is somebody. Deputy? No. It's Andre. In the Prema. Spinning round, tumbles down to 18th. Benny, Prezzo. Prezzo with a huge slide out of Tozer, heading up towards Piratella. Benny looking round the outside here into turn 9. No way he can get that done. Prezzo hangs on to P5. Benny all over the back of Prezzo. Excuse me. Now, Spicy up 6 positions. He has to close in by 1.4 seconds. Try and get involved in this battle for P5 on track. Snickers Bud a 3-second time penalty for multiple warnings. Doesn't commit to the move, Benny. Prezzo defends that inside line well enough. Out of Ravazza onto the main straightaway. A poor run there from Benny. He's going to have DRS. Try and help him close the gap back up to Prezzo. Spicy Crichton just behind. Into Tamburello, not close enough. Banana, Roscoe, battling away through Tamburello, clobbering over the curves. Roscoe just about hangs on. Banana having a look left and right. Running wide is Roscoe up. He gives himself a penalty. Banana down the inside into Villeneuve, and he moves through into 9th position. 4-car battle here, heading through Variante Villeneuve. We have Kickbutt Kiwi, Deputy Dilldog, G-Force Nick, PRL Saint, and just behind is the AI of 40, who's been unable to rejoin the session. Still squabbling at it. Some of the last places. Out in front though is Destiel. He's got a 1-second lead to Matt Plevy in P2. Gers 3.3 seconds behind, has got Bags Liddell on his tail. Prezzo P5. He's now got a gap to Benny, who's got Spicy right behind him. Out of Variante Alta, running wide is Crichton. Big mistake there, didn't cost him time though. Yellow's out, it's Andre spinning again. Down the inside here at Ravazza. Spicy moves through, Crichton tries to find a way down the inside and does find a way. He's into P7. And unfortunately for Benny, I don't think he'll get DRS here. He doesn't. No DRS assistance for the high-tech driver. Kickbutt Kiwi overtaking Deputy Dildog. That was for 13th position. Tamburello turns 2, 3 and 4 on the racetrack. Prezzo, 3-second time penalty. Crichton running wide, using all of the curb. Reese moves through into P10. He's overtaken Roscoe. Nick's down a few positions. I think he's spun. No? Oh, he's been in the gravel, that's for sure. Plenty of dirt on his tyres. He's now down in 17th place. Destiel out in front. 1.9 seconds is the gap. Just got a bit too much pace for Matt to try and keep the fight alive. Lags Liddell now occupying P3. He's got 9/10 of a second to Gers in P4. As Crichton gives himself a penalty. 3 seconds now next to his name. Here come the teammates of Banana Cake Pie and Reese Cohen. Down the back straightaway towards Variante Alta. Not close enough to make a move just yet. Though I do sense an opportunity arising here for Reese. Snickers but a 3-second time penalty for multiple warnings. Will he send it? He's going to have a look. Proper send down the inside there from Reese Cohen. Banana has a look back. Contact! Oh, and Banana saves it, just about. He loses a place as Reese pits in. Got a lot of cars in pit lane. They're going to move on to the super soft tyres. Destiel, he doesn't do himself a favour. 3-second time penalty for multiple warnings. Spicy in for the super soft tyre. Away he leaves. There's Crichton just behind in the Williams-sponsored Carlin. There goes Andre. He's yet to stop. Deputy keeping the fight alive here with Kickbutt. Yellow's out. Would that be for? Everyone seems to be running, so I'm not totally sure what that was for. Maybe nothing. Gaps are pretty well spread out at the moment. The closest battle we've got is between Kickbutt and Deputy. Saint is closing in, as well as the AI of 40. The AI driving pretty well, it seems. Up the hill out of Aqua Minerale towards Variante Alta. There's Snickers Bud in P8, followed by Kickbutt, Deputy, then Saint. Now surely the leaders are coming in. They are. For their mandatory pit stop. Liddell stays out for another lap. Gers is in. Gers gives himself a time penalty for speeding in pit lane. You have to be so careful. It's only 60 kilometers an hour as Banana does the same. It's 60 kilometers an hour in Formula 2 in all pit lanes. You have to be so very careful. You have to brake way earlier than you think you have to. What a shame. So here are the provisional leaders once everyone makes their scheduled pit stop. They're still 2.5 seconds in hand to Matt Plevy. Matt needs to try and find a way to stay within that 3-second range. Bit of a battle here between Crichton and Gers. Oh, a bit of a mistake there from Crichton. Gers looks down the inside. He's got the run going. Oh, but Crichton fights back. Down the inside there at turn 6. Gers with the grip though is able to hang on to P10. Crichton had a sneaky little look there. Couldn't quite pull off the move though. He stays in P11. Nice sort of battle then between these two drivers. Round Piratella down the hill towards Aqua Minerale. Driving quite well, these two. Onto the back straightaway towards Variante Alta. Oh, as Roscoe gives himself a penalty. A lot of speeding penalties. A lot of corner cutting penalties. Oh, dearie me. They're just piling up. It's a penalty race here at Imola. Race to see who can get the most penalties in the shortest amount of time. G-Force Nick, 3 seconds added to his name. As Crichton should be able to make a move here. Fairly simple with the help of DRS. Although, Gez is not quite making it easy for him. Oh, and hello, bags Liddell. And he's off! Liddell's off! Was there contact that forced him off the track? There had to be. For an incident like that, there had to be contact. Liddell's sent straight on into the gravel trap at Tamburello. He tumbles down to 8th position. Right in front of Prezzo, who has a look down the inside. Here into the Toza hairpin. Oh, and running wide goes Bags. I think there might have been contact between the two cars as Matt gives himself a 3-second time penalty. Crichton and Gez still going at it as we head through Aqua Minerale. Prezzo a penalty. 3 seconds next to his name. Look at them all. The amount of penalties. It's biblical. Deputy gives himself 3 seconds. This is a real taste of what we're going to see when F1 cars compete around here. Time penalties galore. Crichton and Gez going at it, heading into Ravazza. Round the outside goes Crichton. Can he pull it off? He can. What a manoeuvre. Round the outside at turn 17. He moves through into 4th. Benny Mac having a look. He'll have DRS to help him out as well. That Gez, does he have DRS? No, he doesn't. So he's at a speed disadvantage here on the straightaway. Then he moves through into P5. Gez down to P6. Reese now closing in on this battle as well. Going to have some good scrapping going on in a very, very short amount of time. We've only got 3 and a bit laps left in this race. Don't have long. Drivers need to be aggressive if they want to move up through the leaderboard. Nice Connor Sport helmet there for Gez. Just spotted that as he has a look here on Benny. Down towards Aqua Minerale. Can he pull this off? He's trying to round the outside. He compromises himself. And now Reese is all over the back of him. Heading onto the back straight away. Down the inside looking into Variante Alta. Going out, brakes, Gez and moves through into 6th position. A fine move down the inside. Saint a 3-second time penalty, multiple warnings. We head around turns 17 and 18 on the racetrack. Onto the main, straight away we go. Battle at the front of the field is pretty much sorted. Looking at the gaps. It's all about this battle in the midfield. We've got to keep an eye on it as Andre gives himself his first time penalty of the race. He's had a shocker. All the way down in 18th position. Prezzo still hunting Bags Liddell. 2 Red Bull cars. One a Carlin, one a Dams. One down the inside. Prezzo decided to bail on that as Reese gives himself another time penalty. Around the toes of heaven. Running wide there, Prezzo. We go through through Piratella, down the hill towards Aqua Minerale. Bag's not quite close enough to do anything through here. Reese on the back of Benny, can't find a way through still. Bags finds a way by Prezzo, who must have made a mistake, heading up the hill out of turn 13. Reese closing in on Benny. Down towards Ravazza. He has a big bomb down the inside. Moves through into 5th position. An aggressive move. An assertive move. A move that worked completely. Great stuff. Here comes Prezzo. DRS open. Bags covers hard. Prezzo, he'll move through naturally with the power of DRS. Bags not close enough to counter-attack through Variante Tamburello. Oh, wasn't 100% committed to the throttle there through turn 4. You can just about tell from the engine note. He's pushing hard right to the limit of the racetrack. And now Gers. He's slowing up. Oh, and a slide from Prezzo too. What's happened here with Gers? His car looks okay. Prezzo has a look. Can't go for the move at Piratella. No way. Not in a million years could you make that move work. So he wisely pulls out of it. Through Aqua Minerale. Up the hill. Oh, running wide. That's Benny. He's compromised. 3 wide on the back straightaway. Into Variante Alta. Prezzo dives it in. And he makes the move stick. Contact between Benny and Gers. And somehow they all get through relatively unscathed. Banana not close enough to capitalise. Through goes Liddell. Oh, but he overshoots it. Hits the back of Benny. Gers back up into 8th place. A bit of a mistake there from Bags. Oh, big rev out there from Gers. G-Force Nick. 3-second time penalty, multiple warnings. Here comes the Charoos as the rain starts to fall here at Imola. So a slight change in track conditions. The rain is starting to fall. Towards Variante Villeneuve we go. Gers not quite close enough to do anything here. Perhaps ascend here at the Tosa hairpin. The analog. Not quite close enough though. Out in front though, it's been a cool, calm, collected drive from Destil. He's got 3 seconds next to his name. Fortunately for him, the driver behind also has a 3-second time penalty. And Matt is not within 3 seconds to try and challenge Destil. Anyway, only a few corners left as Gers gives himself another time penalty. Around turn 18, out of Ravazza and back onto the main straightaway. From pole position to victory lane, Destil wins here at Imola. Matt Plevy will come home in 2nd position, and Spicy keeps his 100% podium record going with a 3rd place finish. Crichton will cross the line in 4th, with Reese Cohen behind in 5th. Prezzo crosses the line now. He is P6. Then a drag race to the line results in Bags Liddell finishing 7th in front of Benny Mac, Gers and Banana Cake Pie, rounding out the top 10. Deputy crosses the line 11th. I don't think he'll stay. Oh, hang on. Kiwi makes a mistake. He was set for a top 10, but he made a mistake and he finishes 12th. The AI of 40 and 13th, Saint 14th, Roscoe Arm 15th, followed by Snickers Bud. Andre will be next, then G-Force Nick. There we are. Not the most astonishing race in the world, but you do expect that at Imola. Sliding about on wet weather tyres. That's something to remember as well. No intermediates in Formula 2, only the full wet. Crossing the line now, there we are. But no, an interesting race, interesting enough. Reese given driver of the day, not a surprise, starting from towards the back, finishing in the top 5. Not a surprise at all he was given driver of the day. But here are your podium finishes. Destil, our race winner, Matt Plevy home in 2nd, Spicy completing the podium in 3rd. So, the unofficial results of race 3 of the Formula 2 Sprint Series. Destiel, our race winner, with fastest lap as well, from pole position to victory lane. A fine drive from Destiel. Matt Plevy home in second place, followed by Spicy in third. From 12th position, Crichton finishes 4th. From 18th position, Reese Cohen finishes 5th, given driver of the day. Prezzo P6, followed by Bags, Liddell, Benny Mack in 8th, then Gares 9th, Banana Cake Pie rounds out the 10. Then we have Deputy Dilldog, Kickbutt Kiwi, 40, Saint, Roscoe Arm, Snickers Bud, Andre and Nick right at the back in 18th position. There we are. So, the first race of round 2 is out of the way. We can now look forward to race 2, or race 4 of the championship as a whole. We're racing at Silverstone, the legendary Silverstone Grand Prix circuit. 5.89 kilometres, 18 turns, constructed all the way back in 1947. But of course, it was used as a RAF airfield during the Second World War. So it's got quite a history, Silverstone, as a place in England. Absolutely fantastic racetrack. It's turned itself from a World War II airfield into one of the premier racetracks of all Europe, if not the world. It's an absolutely fantastic circuit. Incredibly high speed, plenty of fast corners to try and negotiate. Famous corners as well, such as Copse, and of course the infamous Maggots, Beckett's and Chapel S's. Definitely one of the most iconic pieces of racetrack in the world of motorsport. Unlike Imola, this circuit features 2 DRS zones heading into Brooklands and Stowe, turn 6 and turn 15 on the racetrack. Easily the best overtaking spots on the circuit. Although you can try and pass into turn 3, which is the village hairpin, and potentially into turn 4, which is the loop. Could also try and pass as well into the Vale chicane, that is turn 16 and 17 on the racetrack. Now, Bags, who is the lobby host, he'll be setting up the grid. The top 10 will be reversed for the starting grid for the second race. So that means, and I can't believe I'm saying this, Banana Cake Pie will start from pole position for this race at Silverstone, with Gares alongside him on the front row. That's the front row. Banana Cake Pie will start from pole position for this 10-lap sprint at Silverstone. And I can't help but think, folks, this is going to be more dramatic than what Imola was. See, Imola's a tough racetrack, but everybody knows that. Silverstone, though, well, everyone knows Silverstone. Everyone's pretty confident around Silverstone. A lot of leagues use this racetrack frequently. Definitely through my time league racing anyway, since 2019. Seen this racetrack quite a lot. So everyone knows this place pretty well. I can't help but feel that with everyone knowing this racetrack pretty well, it will increase the competition by quite a lot. We're going to see a lot of side-by-side racing in some places where you probably shouldn't see side-by-side racing. I just have a gut feeling. Places like turns 1 and 2, places like Maggots, Beckett's and Chapel. Because you only got 10 laps to make your way through the field. It's not a lot of time. So you need to play aggressive, especially on the opening laps. But this shouldn't take us too long, hopefully. Hopefully. Cross our fingers. Might add as well, with that podium celebration that we saw, that's another neat thing that Codemasters have added in. They've had the same podium celebrations for the past 4 games. And finally we got some new ones. And they look great. They look a lot more human, which is fantastic. I think having that sort of diversity when it comes to celebration, just sort of, you appreciate the realism of the game, even though to be completely honest, There's not many realistic factors about this game. In fact, there's not many positive things about this game at the moment, with how buggy it has been. We haven't even gotten our first patch yet. This game has been out for a while, but we haven't even got our first patch. Still have to wait a while. Oh, how long are we going to take? Oh. I like the theme music much better than F122. Bit softer, bit more rich as well when it comes to the sound. There's an increased diversity when it comes to the sound being played, but it's much softer. It's a lot less in your face with F122. Very good. It's very good. Always appreciate Ian Livingston's work. Since the early days, since what? Race Driver Grid, with stuff like Razor's Edge, the famous Le Mans music. Awesome stuff that was. And of course, looking ahead to famous Formula 1 themes, and my personal favourite with F1 2010. That just had a really cool feel about it, that whole game. Absolutely epic. It's sad really that Codemasters can't really replicate that anymore. They're so transfixed on trying to make microtransactions work in an F1 game. You can kind of tell that's sort of their focus right now, is trying to make microtransactions work, try and make as much money out of the game as possible. Anyway, rambling out of the way, it's now time for race 2 of round 2 of the Formula 2 Sprint Series. A lot of twos. It's absolutely marvellous how many twos there are. Alrighty. Race time. Now, this is England. There's a decent chance of rain. I don't want to curse the drivers, but I'm just saying there's a decent chance of rain, purely because we're racing in Great Britain. Let's see what happens. Hopefully we get to see. We're waiting on Reese. Hopefully that won't take too long. Hopefully that won't take too long, I said, game. Game. Also, we seem to have a new driver. Shark 772. No idea who you are. As Reese has left the session. Oh, well, shoot. Ah, it's not raining. Okay. I see soft tyres in the garage. F1 Paddock Club, that's all new. First time seeing Silverstone in F1 23. And the Paddock Club signs are an interesting touch. Nice to see as well this track. From what I understand, has been updated properly. Everyone's on the hard tyre, so it's hards and softs being used for this event here at Silverstone. Get the position change graphic, we'll keep that up. So, we'll run through the order of the top 10, shall we? Banana Cake Pie will be starting from pole position here at Silverstone, with Gares alongside him on the front row. Benny Mac will start from P3, Bags Liddell in P4. Prezzo will start from 5th position, Reese Cohen behind him in 6th. GeForce Crichton P7, Spicy in P8, Followed by Matt Plevy in 9th, and Estiel, our race winner from Imola, starting 10th. Deputy Dildog starting 11th, followed by Kickbutt Kiwi in 12th. 40 P13, and appears that he's in control of his car now. Saint P14, followed by Roscoe Arm, Snickers Bud, Andre, Nick, and Shark. I don't know where you've come from, but at 19th position is where he's starting. And he's in the Trident, the only driver in the Trident. There we go. This is a very new sensation. Banana cake pie at the front of the field. Very alien. Very alien. Hope he does well though. It'd be pretty cool to see Banana up there. Although, if he does finish up in the top 5, or if he finishes on the podium, he's not going to shut up about it for a while. But still, it'd be pretty cool to see him up there. On to the Hangar Straight, heading towards Stowe. I believe that is GeForce Crichton, who was doing some lawn mowing, heading out of Chapel. Alright. Now up towards the Vale chicane. Then into the final corner. That is Club. Back onto the Hamilton Straight. And Banana, he'll be lining up on the outside, heading towards turn 1. The very fast right-hander, that is Abby. If Gers gets a good start, which is quite likely, considering Gers' ability to get fantastic starts, he has a whole shot heading down towards turn 1. Rightio, just waiting on the tail of the field. I'm being Shark 772. There we are. All lined up, ready to run. We got 10 laps in front of us, as well as 10 red lights. We're underway here at Silverstone. It's a nice start from Gers, a nice start from Bags Liddell as well. He moves himself into P3, but Banana actually keeps the lead. I thought Gers would have had him at turn 1, but he doesn't. Banana leads. Gers second, Bags Liddell in third. That is just Tree's game. That's all you're showing me. Around turn 3, up towards turn 4. Bit of shenanigans going on here as we're making our way through the loop, up towards Aintree and onto the Wellington Straight. A lot of shuffling going on as Crichton is given a 5-second time penalty for corner cutting and gaining a place. Destiel on the attack. He's side by side with Spicy. Through Brooklands we go towards the right-hander of Luffield. Can Destiel hang on around the outside? He's certainly trying. He should have the grip. And oh, collision! Is that 40 Imprezzo? I believe it is! Off the racetrack, go the pair of them. Thankfully, Ghosting turns on to save them from having a bigger accident. 3 wide, heading into Cops. It's tight, there's contact, and somehow they make it through. My goodness, that was tight. It's the 2 MP cars of Roscoe Arm and Matt Plevy, as well as Kickbutt Kiwi in the Prema. Very tight battling there, heading through Cops, and somehow they all make it through. Betty Mac under attack from GeForce Crichton, heading into Stowe. Down the inside goes the Carlin and moves through into 4th place. Destiel just behind him, heading towards the Vale chicane. Has a look around the outside of Betty. Oh, a big amount of screen freeze there. Destiel had to back out. That's smart driving there. Stays in P6. A little moment though. Perhaps contact with Spicy in the VAR machine. Heading down the Hamilton Straight towards turn 1. Not close enough to make a move into Abbey. Around turn 2 we go towards turn 3. Oh, and a huge moment there. Benny slowing down, letting Destiel through. The 2 make contact there at the exit of turn 3. Round turn 4. Up towards Aintree. Turn 5. Destiel can't find a way through just yet, but Benny lifted tremendously at turn 2. Spicy, quick as a flash, was able to jump on the brakes and avoid an accident as Destiel parks the bus down the inside of turn 7. making sure Benny can't find a way through, although he understeers. Oh, there was an opening, but Benny couldn't go into it. Spicy having a look down the inside here, around Woodcote, up towards Cop's Corner. Turn 9 on the racetrack. Stays committed to it. Benny gives him room, and they both get round. Terrific driving. Through the S as we go, through Maggots, towards Beckett's and Chapel. Some tight battling, as I suspected there was going to be early in the race. No DRS just yet. You have to overtake the old-fashioned way. Benny tries shutting the door, but to no avail. Spicy goes down the inside at Stowe and moves through into 6th position. Banana Cake Pie still leads. Just enough in hand, 0.3 of a second. Heading on to the Hamilton straight. Crichton sets a new fastest lap as he runs wide. Bags Liddell is under attack here. DRS is now enabled. Crichton has a look down the inside. Yellow's out. It's Shark in the Trident, making a mistake there at Club Corner as Gares moves through into the race lead. Banana, though, should get DRS. He should be able to counter-attack here. No, he doesn't. Gares gets DRS as Reese leads the session. Banana 2/10 behind Gares. Sticking close to the racing line. Gares runs wide. Banana trying to get on the power. Nice and tidy from the 2 leaders. Bags Liddell in P3, half a second behind. Crichton, who was all over his gearbox but a few moments ago, has dropped a few tenths. He's half a second back from the Dams driver, who understeering wide there, costing himself time. Banana following the race leader through the famous S's. We go round Beckett's. Now towards Chapel. Onto the hangar straight. DRS open on the Campos machine. Following in the slipstream, Banana closes in. Not by enough to attack into Stowe. Bags now closes in as 40 gets a 3-second time penalty. Daciel closing in on this duel as well as we head through the Vale chicane. The top 6 all in a train now. Gares, Banana, Bags, Crichton, Daciel and Spicy as Banana ran wide there at the exit of Club Corner. Through Abbey, turn 1, then into the left of turn 2, towards the village hairpin. Daciel close, has a look, but can't commit fully to the inside. Spicy almost goes into the back of Daciel there at turn 3. Crichton having a look down the inside at turn 4. Bags doesn't have enough traction, and Crichton has the inside line here at Aintree. He moves through into 3rd. Gares moving about on the Wellington straight, making sure Banana doesn't get a tow. But the Campos driver is still right there. Bags, Daciel, side by side as we head into Luffield, turn 7. Spicy looking around the outside with Daciel to try and find a way through. Yellow's out. It's Shark 77 making a mistake at Aintree. Onto the old pit straight, towards the old turn 1, Cop's Corner. Down to 5th gear, back on the power. Spicy almost hitting Bags Liddell there. Nose to tail as we head into the infamous S's. Into Maggots, turn 10, turn 11, then Beckett's, turn 12. Around turn 13, then Chapel, turn 14. Onto the hangar straight. All of these cars with DRS wide open. Banana closing in towards Stowe. Looking around the outside here into the right-hander. Crichton dives it in deep. Can't find an opening though, but he's right on the gearbox. Oh, Banana, who looks to the inside here, heading into the Vale chicane. Oh, they all go in. They all go into pit lane. No, bit of bumping there. You could see that. I think that was Crichton and Daciel coming together there at the pit lane entry. So Banana goes for 1 extra lap. How powerful will the undercut be? Look at them pouring into pit lane. Got to remember as well, these stops aren't particularly quick with only 4-man crews. 1 crew member on each tyre. You have to time your stop well. Can't afford a double stack, and I think that's what happened to MP. Roscoe now being serviced. He's been absolutely shafted by coming into the pits at the same time as his teammate. Yellow's out. That's a primer. Kick butt. I think it must be. Yes, it is. Here comes 40. To the inside. There we go. Simple enough move there. 40 into 5th. Here are your leaders. Gez. Destiel's dropped by a second. Crichton's been shafted. He's all the way down. Oh, he would have served his 5 second. That's right, he got a 5 second for an illegal overtake. So that explains why he's down in 14th. Behind Matt Plevy, behind Spicy Salami, behind Bags Liddell. Destiel, having started 10th, is still in 10th. We've still got a lot of pit stops to go through though, as Shark gets a 3 second time penalty. Still have no idea who he is. Through the S's we go. Crichton a penalty. 3 seconds now added to his name. The AI is attacking the player, it seems. Cohen closing in on Snickersbud. Oh, it's Nick and Benny. Nick has to stay out for another lap. His teammate's just gone in. Onto the main straight away we go. Alright, Banana. Moving on to the soft tyre. Now, this overcut will probably work to his detriment initially, but it might come back in his favour later in the race. Should have extra grip later on with those tyres. Here comes Gez in the Cheroos. He'll get by Banana pretty easily. In fact, Banana's lost a fair chunk of time because of that overcut. Dang. He's down in 8th position behind Bags Liddell. So the top 3 as it stands. Oh! Gez is around! Gez around! That's at turn 4. He's ironically looped it at the loop. He's now down in 10th position. Oh dear. Half a second behind Spicy Bags Liddell. Needs to put together a pretty solid middle sector if he wants to try and challenge Spicy. Spicy's got some work to do to try and catch up to Destiel. And Destiel's our provisional race leader, having started from 10th. Looking set to win this race. All the drivers in front have to make a stop at some point. Nick will be the first. Saint, a penalty. 3 seconds next to his name. They get up that penalty graphic now. Or does he pull that up? Oh, just about. He was completely sideways at pit lane entry. Somehow he pulled it up. Kick butts in. And the AI of Reese Cohen follows suit. Destiel will now take the race lead as he heads through the Vale chicane. And around Club Corner, he'll begin lap 8 of 10 here at Silverstone. 3 laps to go as he sets a new fastest lap. Spicy will move up the leaderboard, up into 2nd place. Bags Liddell in 3rd. Banana Cake Pie in 4th. Can he catch up to Bags? He does have slightly fresher tyres, you know. Slightly, 1 lap fresher. But that matters quite a bit in such a short format like this. There'll be a solid, maybe 10% difference in terms of tyre wear. Can Banana use that pace and catch up? Plev's only 1.2 behind Crichton. Oh, Plevs makes a mistake. Crichton had a look and he bailed out of the... Oh, bit of a screen freeze there. He bailed out of the pass rather intelligently. If he committed to that, there was bound to be contact between the 2 cars. Prezzo gets kicked by Kiwi. What a shame for Prezzo. What happened to him on lap 1 with 40? Took the pair of them out of the running. Through the S's. Maggot. Oh, not the best of runs from Crichton. He was very, very narrow heading into Beckett's. Banana ain't done yet. 1.3 seconds is the gap. Bags Liddell isn't done yet either. He's keeping himself within the toe of Spicy Salami. And I think so long as he does that, he should be able to keep Banana at bay. That DRS assistance is going to be mightily helpful. Matt under pressure, Crichton gathering penalties. The battle is on for P5 on track. With the penalties though, Crichton's ultimately sealed his fate. But that's not going to stop him having a go. Down the inside at turn 3. Well, it doesn't quite pull it off. I thought he was going to make that move stick. But no, he doesn't quite. Matt fights back. Keeps P5. On to the Wellington straight. Crichton with DRS. Down the inside. Bombs it into Brooklands. And moves through into 5th. That was 6 seconds worth of penalties. That move is ultimately meaningless, but still, it's entertaining to watch. Cop's corner, turn 9, big understeer there from Bags Liddell, costing him a tenth, tenth and a half, 2 tenths, almost 3 tenths of a second with that tiny mistake. These cars, it's important that you nail every apex, otherwise it just costs you time. And look at him, he is leaking tenths. Tenths he can't afford to leak, as Gaz gets a 3-second time penalty. Benny and Nick battling away as we head on to the hangar straight. Matt close to Crichton, not close enough. Here we go between the two high-tech cars. Nick moves through down the inside into 8th position. Matt close, but not close enough. He stays in 6th. Banana still has a shot of a podium. He's still only 1.3 seconds behind. But Bags is doing just enough to keep him at bay and to keep up with Spicy as well, which I think is the determining factor in this battle, is the fact that Bags has DRS. I think Banana has got good pace with those tyres. Can't find a way through. Prezzo, 3-second time penalty, multiple warnings. Bags with DRS gains time on the Wellington straight. So we head through Brooklands towards Luffield. Meanwhile, the two Prammers are going at it. Andre, kickback Kiwi. Here comes Roscoe Arm with a whole heap of momentum. Looks round the outside here at Aintree. With the momentum he gained, he'll go down the inside. And the MP Motorsport car moves through into 15th. Again, ultimately meaningless, as he does have a 3-second time penalty. They're still making his way through the S's. So is Spicy, so is Bags. Banana closing in through the corners. Not quite to within a second though. He misses out on DRS again. But he's now within range. He has to give it everything on this final lap if he wants to finish on the podium. Nick moving by Gers. Gers defenseless with no DRS. Nick moves through into 7th place. Bit of a wiggle there from Spicy as he begins the final lap with Bags and Banana. The battle for 2nd is on. Can Bags do anything to try and unsettle Spicy? Perhaps attack for 2nd. Has Banana got anything left in the tank to try and attack Bags? Plevy moving by Crichton. Crichton now with 3 seconds next to his name. On to the Wellington straight for the final time. Finally, Banana has some DRS assistance. He stays to within 0.7 of a second to Bags Liddell. Bags making his way through Luffield. Bit of a screen freeze there. The gap shrinks to half a second. Round Woodcote. Up towards Cop's corner. Incredibly critical corner on this incredibly critical lap. Banana gets it spot on. Bags understeered wide, costing him precious time. Through the S's, through Maggots, up towards Beckett's. Look at the pace difference. Banana's got the advantage, but as Bags held on for just long enough, I think he has, you know. DRS open on both cars. Benny a 3-second time penalty. Banana buried in the slipstream, heading into Stowe. He's not close enough. Will there be a move heading into Vale? He's close. Has a look but doesn't commit fully to the move. Destiel will go back to back. He won at Imola. He'll win here at Silverstone. Spicy P2, Bags P3, Banana home in fourth. Just a few tenths off a podium finish. But Plebs P5, followed by Nick in 6th, Gers 7th, Benny 8th, Saint 9th, Deputy rounds out the 10. We have 40, then Crichton doing donuts at the line. Finishing P13. Oh, and around goes somebody. I think that's Roscoe arm around. And he'll cross the line backwards. Sharky just crashes into the side. What a contact. GeForce Nick given driver of the day. It's now time for the podium celebrations. Now a fine drive once again from Destiel. A whitewash here for round 2 of the Formula 2 Sprint Series. Winning at Imola, he went back to back with his victory at Silverstone. P2 to Spicy Salami, P3 to Bags Liddell. So, the unofficial results then of race 4 of the Formula 2 Sprint Series. Destiel, our race winner from 10th on the grid, claims first place, with Spicy home in 2nd position. Bags Liddell completing the podium places in 3rd. Banana finishes in 4th, just missing out on the podium. Plebs P5. Nick from 18th on the grid finishes P6 with fastest lap. Gers P7th, Benny P8, Saint 9th, Deputy rounds out the 10. 40 P11, followed by NZ Andre in 12th, Snickersbud 13th, Reese 14th, Prezzo in 15th after his drama with 40 on the first lap. It's a disappointing sight to see. Crichton down in 16th, Kickbutt in 17th, Roscoe Arm 18th, and Shark, who joined us randomly, 19th position. There we are. Another interesting race session like we had last week. Plenty of drama, plenty of good side-by-side racing action, as you tend to expect with these Formula 2 cars. It's always very, very competitive. But I think, folks, with everything said and done, it's now time for us to wrap up the stream. Get this over nice and quickly. I've been Lane Everingham. Thank you everyone so much for watching. And be sure to tune in next week to watch round 3 of the series. We'll keep the races nice and secret. You'll have to tune in next week to see where we're competing. And until then, it's goodbye.